welcome to our class this morning or wherever you're watching. Okay, I'll be a teacher. My name is Samuel H. Keme. This is my channel. I'm trying this out because I've seen many people that some of the questions are difficult for, or understanding is difficult. Maybe I'll use the words that will be very, very easy for you to understand and for you to comprehend. So I will keep the first class a bit short to introduce you to what we'll be using, the websites we'll be using, or so then. So I'll be teaching Python programming in this and programming in general, just to point out some of the understanding or what I've learned over the years also to make it easier for you to understand. Okay, so moving into the class, we're going to first of all talk about the application we're going to use. So you can use Visual Studio Code. Like you can see here, I have Visual Studio Code. You could use that if you want. You could open that and set that up. You can I can make an extra video on this, on how to set this up. So you can use Visual Studio Code. This is for other programs, so you can run it for the program. I'm running it with HTML, CSS here, but you can use it for the program. But here you're making use of an online application which I've seen over the time that is actually really quite good. It's called Replate. Sorry, you can see I already opened it, replate.com. So you can see replate.com. You can see I'm already logged in. I have some projects there, which this application works basically for everything. So when you come in, you can log in and have your login. I'll just do kind of a log out now, so I can start from the beginning again because I'm already logged in. I've used it for a while. Sorry for the internet, it's a bit slow. Trying to get it faster. Okay, start creating. I think if you go to this place, login or create sign up, then I normally just tell the student use your, what do you call it, your Gmail account, which is the easiest way. You can add a new thing here, create a new stuff, but going a Gmail account already that you are signed on or you are logged into your laptop goes a long way to help. Okay. So this is just a very simple setup, because with this you don't need to install any compiler, you don't need to install any IDE, because this is a very wonderful IDE that works online. And also you can also have it on your Android phone or your also on your Apple phones. You can have it anywhere. So then when you open this, you set this platform like this, open this way, and then you go to the create repo. When you get here, create repo. So when you get to create repo, it's going to open this, so you can see so much other applications that you can run, so much other programming language that you can run here. There are tons of, I think, virtually or anything that is a programming language can run here. Virtually, I'm not saying that, but mostly it runs just like VS Code, but this is really quite good. So we can say our first class. Let's name it our first class. You can name it whatever you want. You can name it index. You can name it main.py. Okay, you can name it main.py. You are actually creating a folder in the repo. You are just creating a folder. Then it's gonna be public, and then you say create, and that's all. It opens us up to the picture place where we need to be. It opens up to this IDE. So it's a very wonderful IDE that is very, very simple to use, simple to understand. I guess the connection, it's a bit slow. Internet I'm using. Okay, but so it opens you up to this. Now, the first thing, okay, just looking at the environment, you will see that this place is your text editor. So you can write whatever here. And this side is our test editor, so we can write our first program. We can say print. Oh, well, sorry about this. Hello world. Hello world. Okay, so you can type that hello world, and then anything you when you press the run, it's going to create it here. Create it here. So you see your hello world out here. So again, it gives you explanation of what you are using. So if I hover on this, it's going to give me explanation of the printing, of the options of what I can use printing to do, my concatenation, a lot of things. So you can use. So we'll be talking about this. But here you read your first program, hello world. Okay. So mainly when you look at this file place, you see main.py, which is our main file. Like I said, the other thing that you created first class is a folder that you can create other files. So we can attach other files here and then import them or link them to this main file. So the main file is where the program runs. So you can see other things, debugger packages that works here. So this is really quite good for somebody that's starting, because it makes you, and also you can use it on your phone on the go. The only disadvantage is not offline. You must have an internet. That's just the only thing, but it works quite well when you have a good internet. Okay, so we created hello world. Like I can see when you press the run, it gives you this idea and there. So this is the first thing. Now, let's just learn how to do something which we call comments. I'm going to start with that. Okay, comments. So comments are things that you write that are not actually codes, but to just explain and understand, like the name says comment, just explain what you are doing. So it's always good to comment on whatever you are doing. So example, if you want to a single line comment, so you have hashtag for a single line comment. So this is a so this is a single line comment. Okay, this is a single line comment, and you can see it's in green and it's shaded depending on also the background you're using. It's in green. It has this. It's not a code. This is not a code. If I run this, it's not going to run here. It's only going to say hello world. You can see it's only saying hello world because this is not a comment. This is not a code. Sorry, it's a comment. It's just explaining what you're doing. I can also do what we call multiple line comments. Like say, I can say this is a mall. Okay, I'm going to, okay. Sorry, multiple line comments. Okay, this is a multiple line comment. Okay, like I said, this has two lines, but if I run this, I'm going to have an error. Why? Because I didn't comment this. It's going to tell me I have an error. This is not, it's invalid syntax, because talk about syntax error later. So this is a syntax error. There is no instruction for this to do so. The Python program is seeing it as a syntax error. Okay, so if you want to do a multiple line comment, you are going to use what we call okay, you just need three of this. Okay, now, and then if you want to end it, you use another three. So now this is a multiple line comment also. Okay, hello world. Like I see, all those things are single line, multiple line comments. They are not for us a program or a code. It's not a program, it's not a code. So for us, this gives us the idea of how we can comment. So you can do multiple line or you can do single line. So you can see the multiple line comment and single line comment. Now, okay, we've talked about printing. So again, I'm going to give a first line comment, which is also just single line comment. I can comment on this and say, this is how you show output. Okay, this is how you show output. Sorry about my typing. This is how you show output. Okay, so you can print a lot of things. You can print variables, which we're going to enter just now. We're going to enter variables and data types to just give. So I've explained how this program works and what it's used for. The next thing we're going to enter is variable and data types. We printed this, so we do variable data type, and then we do another printing for this class. Okay, so we've seen how you can print, how you can display things in Python. Okay, so you use the word print. So the keyword is print. So if you hover the print and everything that you enter here shows there, it can be variable. I'm going to show you that where we do variable and also we do concatenation. There are other ways of printing, which we have f string and other types of printing, but I'm going to show that in short while. I'm going to show f string printing and other type of printing. Okay, so but first of all, let's talk about what we call variables and data types. So we have variables and data types. Okay, variable and data. Why is a P always? Okay, with data types, variables and data types. Okay, so we have variables and data types. Again, this is a single line comment. Variables are things that you give names, or you want to put a name to something. You want to say that something is this is that. Take for instance, I say enter the names of the students. You can use a good variable. You can use a good variable name of student or student names. You can use any of that, which helps you to remember the names of the student. Normally, I use this type of writing, so I can say name, or I say, sorry, student name. Okay, so student name, and then you use the equal to sign here means assignment. Actually, we call it the assignment sign. So assignment sign assigns something to this variable. So we can say assign something to this variable, and then we say, okay, let's say the name of student. Again, this is a string data type, but I'm going to explain that again. So I can say my name is Samuel. Okay, so this is Samuel. How do I see this? How do I see this thing? This is a string. Actually, the quotation shows that it's a string. The quotation tells us that this is a string. So how do I see this? How do I display this? So if I run this, I'm not going to see it on the screen. I'm only going to see hello world because I say print hello world. That's the only thing I'm going to see. So how do I actually see this? I have to, again, use the print command. Print, okay? Now, I don't need to put the double quotation. Why I put the double quotation here in hello world, you can see it didn't print it, is to say that this printing is a string. But here, this is a variable. How do I print a variable? I say student. So I'm going to call the name of the variable that I defined. So I'm going to use the exact variable name. So you don't change this. I don't say small letter. Again, Python is case sensitive. So when I say small letter here, I don't use another thing. I don't say small letter here and I use this, so I have to use exact thing that I use, so I can change it. Okay, so variable names and that. Okay, so here if we say this, you're going to see somewhere display hello somewhere. Again, hello somewhere. It prints that on the screen because I'm printing the variable. So here I've printed, I've actually understood input output. So okay, we've not talked about input output now, but input here, assigning it from the computer itself, not like asking the user on the keyboard to enter from the keyboard. So we'll see that shortly. Okay, variable names and okay, and this. Okay, so we're going to say student name. Okay, again, this data type, this is a data type of string. Again, I can enter student age. Let's say student age. Okay, again, I love using this format. So let's say student age. The student age is an integer. Now I'm not going to put it in the quotes. Integer, integer, which is, let's say the student is 15 years old. Okay, okay. Again, I can also make comments here. I can say string data types. Okay, string data types. again, I can make another comment here. So again, this will not display. So you can make comment. I can say integer types. Okay, integer data types. Okay, or data type. Data type, not types, data type. Okay, integer data type, string data type. Okay, so this is an integer. What it means, integer means is a whole number. Integer means whole number. Age, something like age. We don't say that somebody is 2.5 years old. We say that the person is 15 years old, 16 years old, when you are writing it in real life. Yes. So again, we can display this by saying student age. Okay, so again, I can say hello Samuel 15. Okay, here we can make other statements in this, mind you. So this is, we've learned string it also include numbers, so I can say hello Samuel 007. Okay, doesn't matter, you can add numbers to strings, but here in this place we are saying that this is integer. Again, we're assigning this ourselves. We can change this. We can change this student name to integer from the beginning. We are actually assigning this ourselves. But when we say string data type, we are doing that. Okay. We have another data type, which is real numbers. Okay. Let me just give a space here, so it's just, you understand. Real numbers. Okay. Let's say height of student, weight of student. Here we're talking about 1.7 meter, 3.7, depending on the scale you're using, 1.7, 2.7, 3 points, whatever. So we're talking about the scale that you use. So here, let's say student again. So we're just using the, just for easy understanding, student height again. Student height is a assignment, assigning to that. Let's say the student is 1.7. Here now, this is a real number, which is a float. You can say float, okay, or real data type. Okay, what this means is that it can be real number, which is point numbers, 1.0, 1.2, 100.10, 20.5, 20.25, 3.3. So here, the idea is that it's not a whole number. Integer is whole number, while float is not a whole number. So this is data types. Again, we can print this out again. Actually, we can print all this out together. Well, I'm going to show that after one more data type. I'm going to show that there. After one more data type, let's say print student height. Okay, student height. Again, when you run it again, you're going to say the height 1.7. Okay, we're going to display that. Okay. The last data type for this moment is a boolean function, which I'm going to explain how it works in Python. So let's say so student passed the exam. I don't know if that's a good English. So the student passed the exam. So that will be the variable name. So all the student name, age, student height is a variable which you would create yourself. Okay. Student. So let's say did student pass. Okay. So here we are asking a question of yes or no. So I'm just using this to kind of have this. So if I can say true, okay, I can say true or false here. So here we are assigning. I'm going to explain how you can assign from the computer here. Shortly, we're going to explain when we do inputs. We are learning output now, variable data type and output. So here is going to display true on the screen. So here you can also see that I didn't use, we can't see this because we didn't print it. So we have to print it. So that's why we didn't say it. So we have to say did student pass, okay, which is a variable name. So we're going to see true on this. So this kind of data type is a Boolean data type, which only has true or false. So that's how you spell it, Boolean data type. So which has which has true or false. So this has only two options, true or false. It can either be true or false. So only true or false. Okay, so this is what it has. It has only true or false. I'm going to close this a bit so I can have more space to work. True or false. Okay, so here you can see true, and again I can change this place to false. Okay, I can make it false. So it has to be capital letter from the beginning. The first letter will be capital letter true. Don't use small letter, it won't work. So true, false. So if I change this, it displays false. So it has only two options here. So Boolean data type, float data type, and integer data type, a string. Again, string can either be one character, you can use that for one character. You can also use single quotes for string. What I mean by single quote is using this. So in subsequent class, we'll explain that a bit. Okay. So again, it's going to print hello world and display that correctly. It's not a problem. You can see double quotes here and single quotes here. We're going to explain that shortly again more. Okay, so this here we've talked about variables. So you can create as much variable as you want. Your variable has to make sense. Your variable has to be meaningful. So I want to show something what we call concatenation. Okay, concatenation. I don't know if I spelled it right. Concatenation. I think it's with ER. Okay, concatenation. Okay, concatenation is joining, printing all these things. We want to display all these things in one print instead of having to use this 4 different prints printed one by one. Somebody will ask, well, why are you printing it one by one? So we can print all these things in one print. Okay, so we can say print here. If we say print, we can say student name, comma. Comma is used to concatenate student name, comma. So I'm going to show different kind of printing now. Also with F string. Also, by the way, I'm going to show with F string, comma. And then we're going to say student age. Okay. Again, comma to concatenate. You can also give spaces. It doesn't matter. It will just display them on one line. Okay. Student height, okay, comma, and then date student, past example. Okay, yeah, so here you use comma to concatenate. So when we print this, you're going to see it's going to print them on one line. Okay, somewhere 15 plus 1 and false. Okay, so you're going to see this. Okay, so it prints everything out, okay, on the page for you. So very, very good. So here, this is print. So you can print all these things in one line. So that means we could also comment on our code. Okay, we could shut this once off, like just using the hash. We could shut them off. It depends on you. So when you run this, you see it will only print this out at the end. So print them out. So you can print them either one by one, or you print them in one print. So this is what we call concatenation. You can also concatenate strings with this. If, for instance, I want to give every one of these a title. So I'm just going to copy this. And so you can copy with Control C and Control V and Control V to copy. So I'm going to just edit this and say, I'm going to put some strings inside. Again, you have to concatenate it, but inside I'm going to say student name. So you can do this. Okay, not so just going to fake this again, student name. So here is going to print whatever this is again, and here we have, okay, so we have to put this also in quotation, student age. So we want to change this to student age. Okay. Okay, here, student height, so you can do the same thing. So it's going to display. So here we have our variable, here we have our string. So the yellow one is the string, the white one is the variable. Okay, we are printing. Okay, so we can have also here, okay, comma, oh, sorry, here, comma. Okay, so here we're going to say student height. Student height, okay. And the last one is if the student passed the exam or not. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Student exam. I don't know. Student exam. Exams. Okay. Here again, we have to put this and then comma so it works properly. So here you will see different printing. We can print it like this. So here what we use now is concatenation. So you can see we are concatenated also strings with variables. So strings with variables. So you can see student name, student age 15, student height, this and this. Okay. So in the next class, I'm going to start again with inputs, how you can actually assign this from the keyboard. So here we assigned it by entering it ourselves. So how do you actually assign this from the keyboard? So just try to break this down to the littlest part of it that is easier for you to understand. So we're going to continue from here. Again, remember all the ones that's with the hashtag in the front, they are just a comment. Again, I commented on this to just display all of this. Okay. So we're going to stop here for this class, and the next class we're going to start input output. Input, how you can input from the keyboard. Thank you for watching.